It's a big old American bald eagle. Okay. He's got his mouth open panting, so I think feeling pretty hot. Sitting above the water here, little inlet of this little reservoir. Okay, on with the adventure. It's good to see you. Welcome back to the Quest for Details. We're going to look at some agates that Grace sent from the land of Grace. A friend of mine who's been a rockhound for a large part of her life and has gotten to go many places, and she sent us a box. And if you missed the first video, we've already started going through them, so we're going to try and get through the other half of a jar of fire agates. So those are red and orange and all the fire spectrums. So let me get out the box. So here we are, and you can see there are a lot of goodies. Look at that. Here's a teaser that's coming up. But for now, found another beautiful location. Figure do these outside somewhere nice and pretty and with natural sunlight. Literally haven't looked in here since I was with you last. We'll look at the other half. Look at that already. Now, these videos should also highlight the time and skill and you know, in fact, this is somebody else that has hunted these, and she's a very big advocate for the magic of them, for the specialness of this stone. So she told me about them a lot, and then this is the second batch that she sent me, and yeah, just really a fire agate enthusiast and a rockhound of all sorts of things, to do all of the this whole part of the United States as far as I can tell. So Grace, you know, here's to you, and thank you for giving us a chance to look through your collection. My collection. Ha ha ha. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and give these a twist. That one is super fun because it's on the matrix. Gosh, you can see how they fill the cracks in, and then the soft rock erodes away, but some of them were just in cavities. You can tell, little caves. And it sure looks like they spilled down like stalagmites, like just silicate pouring over itself, being stained with the impurities. These come from the deserts I've been to that are themselves rusted like Mars in Australia and all the old iron dirt of Earth. Wow, that is definitely a display piece. Not the brightest reds, but I love the host rock. Total specimen. It looks like the sap that comes out of fruit trees when beetles get to them, where their wounds are. Which is really cool because I collected that sap when I was a kid. And I always said it looked like gemstones, but then it tends to heat up, and you know, a sap collection is a lot like a wax collection. It's just hard to keep whole for very long. These are much better. I wish it was smell-o-vision too. These smell like the monsoons. If you've ever been in the desert when a huge storm pushes dust through the massive valleys of Big Sky Country, that smell of wet clay. These have that. This one is all crystals, literally made of geode. It layered its cavity with the silicate and then grew spars inwards. Super druzy that connected. I did want to mention too, at the end of my videos I've been putting up links in the end screens for other channels that you can go and check out too, because I want to make sure that you know that they're out there. So kind of randomly just working through a list in my head. In no specific order, and trying to pop up those little channel suggestions at the end. So for other creators, I'm working on sending stuff your way, sending people your way, and for people, I'm trying to hook you up with some other people making great content out there. Spread the love around. I've gotten so much acceptance and friendliness and advice and information. It's just I wish I could repay it all properly. Look at the layers here. We had to move slightly. You can see this one has the flat surface that was sitting against the cavity, and then this looks like it wasn't sitting against anything on this side, in my opinion, and was able to just flow and layer and layer. Those are just fantastic. Each one of these is like Superman's castle melted halfway in spring and then refroze, you know? Just details to the max. Here we see the surface of Utopia, a new planet discovered within ourselves. Thought we'd move out from underneath the big dead pine tree that was swinging in the wind, and I needed the correct light angle, so this one's super fun. Look at that. Looks like some sort of fiery newt dragon skin or egg case, or maybe just the cave that it lives in. If you follow the theories of other ways that rocks could be formed, because there are lots of theories out there, these shapes, if once organic, could have been anything. This to me personally looks like the inside of some miniature fantastic cave that we are now getting the chance to look inside of. Oh, see those layers of fire and waves through there? Oh, look at that. Those are the ones that just cut so nicely. Slab after slab, it'll repeat like that. Sorry, I don't want to spend too long on any one rock, but just... You see the purple from the overlaying of the blue purest chalcedony on top of the red, like oxide stain, creating a purple. Just, yeah. Wow, look at that host rock that's so green and see-through. A slab. See, both of these surfaces were, you know, against some other rock, some other host rock that it was occurring in, and so it didn't get to be freeform. And it probably has crazy swirls in there, like when you pour wax or glass or soap or anything else, and it swirls together a lot. If you cut that one, it's probably pretty wild. Lots of banding in there, just in between the layers. This one you may see again as we take it to the saw. This one is pretty awesome. You can see this side was squished against the surface, but like inside of a crevice in the rocks. This side was not. Or at least not in a way to where it impacted the growth, the habit, the progress of building up like it did on this side. And the colors are just, yeah, that is a window pane into a different dimension for sure. Just wow. Do you see their layers building like a rose, like a flower, petal over petal? It's not truly the precious things that we seek, but the important ones that help us hold moments, remember days, know that we tasted some of the good things that were here for us to taste on the planet, as it should be. That we paused and appreciated the details. If regret had an absolute opposite, it would probably be a combination of appreciation and understanding. Fire agates. Can you see why? And silicate, basically. Gosh, as close as you could get water to being a rock. So you have water fire in earth form. That's what it looks like. Last 5 out of this jar. I've been doing a lot of metal detecting lately, and a lot of the areas really close to me have obviously been dealing with fire stuff, as have I, and so that has created more of a scenario where it's easier for me to get out and do a little bit of metal hunting, prospecting, and exploring, as I have been over a lot of the local areas. And I try not to repeat too heavily, I don't want to bore you, and at the same time, for the constant new people that are showing up, welcome to the quest for details. And that's why I do go back and go to the same sites and hunt the same things sometimes, multiple occasions. But yeah, right now the rock hounding videos are a little sparse. There are a lot of great rock hounding channels out there, and I totally support you in going and finding whatever it is that feeds your creativity, your inspiration, makes you feel better. If it's not what I'm doing on that particular day, don't feel bad, you know. Definitely the idea isn't to trap a bunch of the population indoors watching videos, making them feel guilty about not having seen the latest one. So don't ever do that. I'm sure a lot of creators feel like this, that the best case scenario would be the person would jump up halfway through your video and say, I'm not finishing this, I want to go do it for myself. And then you've been the inspiration, you know, to get somebody to go enjoy their planet, enjoy their life, have a happy moment. And yeah, I really don't know anybody who wouldn't, you know, consider that the main achievement in what we're doing, at least in this genre, where we're trying to show you the details and the treasures of the planet and what we find. Get the layers in that one. Hope I'm not going too fast while I babble. Last little bubblies. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate any and all help expanding the audience. Just to try and keep bringing in the reasons why we should protect it, enjoy it, stay on it, meaning the planet. And for as long as I can, I will get out and try and gather up those details and bring them to you. I believe we are heading into sunset. At the end of our little video here. At the end of a fiery day. Thank you again, Grace, for giving us something to feature and for sharing. You know, it's the thing about rocks, is that they're adventures of the past solidified. These are moments, these are somebody out hunting around on hot days in between the bushes, and each one being picked up long before any of us have just seen them and appreciated and now shared. And now I can share them even farther. So that is the last one in the jar, and I will see you at a future point, and we'll dive deeper into this box. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and hitting the little bell notification next to it so you don't miss any of these videos. It's non-binding, it's absolutely free, and all it really does is let you know I put one out, and you can choose to watch it or not. Other than that, your main instruction until I see you again is to take care of yourself, and if you get the chance, take care of each other. Quest on.